Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 56. Cam Newton and the New England Patriots taking on Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers.
So much has happened since the Super Bowl was last in this part of the U.S. in the early 90s. The Rams and Chargers have both returned to L.A., and they've constructed this incredible new palace for football, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it will be the scene tonight for Super Bowl 56. And what a matchup we have. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis and the Patriots. Charles, what more can you say? Last year, Tom Brady moves on, wins the Super Bowl in Tampa. The Patriots struggle home to a 7-9 finish, and everyone says, this is it. Dynasty's finally over. But they turn right around, win the AFC title, and now make their record 12th appearance in a Super Bowl.
And I think you have to just applaud what this organization has done, whether you like them or not, because you hit on it in a big way. Most of us assumed that that run was over, but they've retooled, brought in some extra players, changed a few of their philosophies, and here they are again, competing for another Super Bowl crown.
Meanwhile, the 49ers are back in the Super Bowl for the 8th time. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 43 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of this Super Bowl. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Here's Lance to throw it. Samuel bringing in the slant. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the 49ers... They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second down at 5. The Lance now to throw. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Well, for the 49ers, a team that was in this game just 2 seasons ago, and a lot has changed since. A little bit of a roller coaster between now and then, but of course the big trade with Miami moved the Niners up to the 3rd spot in the draft. They wind up taking this young man, and he has truly, Charles, re-energized this football team.
It's a proud franchise, and they are used to winning. They do not mind spending money on trophy cases, that's for sure. And they've got a winner to build around a quarterback.
A big play there for the Niners.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there, and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field, because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. And, oh, boy, something you certainly don't want to see. Deebo Samuel still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The Lance going to throw. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
To throw, it's Lance. James has got it, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. 73 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Niners will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Lance. They'll roll him out right. Room to run past midfield. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a play fake. Lance. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Working with a 2nd and 4. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. Powers through. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 86 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, Mostert, powerful running. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Lance. He's got the first down inside the 10, and finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Here's Mostert. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
That's swung out to Mostert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. On the handoff, this is Mostert. Dances by him. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's Lance. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
125 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This is Mostert. Fights loose. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Lance. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that one. Draw play here. Lance hands to Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Lance over the middle, complete to Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Lance. Finding some room at midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So tonight, Charles, a culmination of really an incredible run. You've got a rookie quarterback making the start in the Super Bowl. That, of course, has never happened before. But you think about the journey for this team. They didn't have too many folks believing in them at the start of the year. But now here they are trying to take home that Lombardi trophy.
And the really great teams learn about coming together to play as one, right? Us against the world. How many times have we heard that motto used? This team, they've had that mentality since day one, and it served them awfully well.
Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's Mostert. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mostert. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 15-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on the...
Mostert. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done. And to give this time to the tailback.
wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Once again, it's Mostert. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 36, Lance got a man. That's Ayuk. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 26. Back to throw. Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he's brought down. For the Niners, of course, the big surprise was back in April, making the big move up the draft board, mortgaging the future, and taking this running back with a 3rd overall pick. Some said they were crazy. I know my hand is raised on that CD, but here they are, just a short 9 months later, the NFC's representatives in Super Bowl 56.
Your raised hand was one of many. Plenty of criticism about making that selection. No one saw it coming at all. But they believed in this young man, and they've been proven right.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
2nd down and goal. Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the 49ers will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Off of play action, here's Lance. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Sermon. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Niners on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run once more with Sermon. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On the handoff, Sermon. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 13-yard line. The Niners on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught, take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, Sermon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are moving closer to a 6th Super Bowl title. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this?
So would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Another carry here for the fullback, Juszczyk. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.